freaking computer or my phone won't let it go sideways.
Okay, so it won't go sideways until here. Let me do it for you. I'll write it out for you. What do you want to write?
Here, I'll do it. I'll write it quick. Live stream. He's giving us a little tour, showing us where the border fence here. This is the border fence. That's Juarez, Mexico on the other side there. And this border fence ends right down over here next to the railroad tracks. These railroad tracks here are inside the United States. This train's inside the U.S. And to the right here is Mexico. But down here is where it ends. We're going to go past a Border Patrol agent that's sitting in this truck right now. That's Juarez, Mexico, right on the other side. And that's pretty, obviously cartel run and infested over there in Juarez. And that's the slum in Juarez right there. There's your Border Patrol. So we're going to come down here where Anthony has been out with some volunteers who have been watching the border, spotting and reporting for Border Patrol. Very similar to what we've been doing in Eagle Pass. Of course, the same outcome a lot of times is that the people who are coming across who want to seek asylum or do a claim for asylum will just, they want to be caught. They'll come across and they want to be caught and processed. But you still get bad guys that don't want to be caught, and that's what the volunteers can do as a deterrent to them, at least, is help interrupt the flow of drugs or, convicted criminals who would otherwise be sent back if they tried to process as a asylum seeker. Right, Anthony?
Yeah, correct.
Good to go. You okay with filming here?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Filming you is okay?
Yeah, of course.
This is Conservative Anthony. He's a local leader for the Latinos for Trump here in El Paso. Now there's where the wall ends. So there you go. That's Mexico right there, and there's absolutely nothing in between the United States and Mexico.
Let me just move my car up further because the BP's going to tell me to.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop out and go stand on the edge. This is the problem, guys, is that, as you all know, I'm sure, they always take him to a place where there's a wall, and I think it's because that, that he's actually going.
What's up, guys? It's Conservative Anthony with Border Network News today. I'm out here with Oath Keepers, and we are showing them the wall. We need to complete this wall. This is what's separating people from your country. Right here.
Right here. People or drugs or guns or whatever. I mean, you can bring across absolutely anything you wanted to while Border Patrol's being distracted.
Absolutely.
And up there, and that's the cross. It's called what? What's that mountain called?
Mount Cristo Rey.
Mount Cristo Rey. That's inside the U.S.
Yes.
So now we're going to go down where. And here's a marker. There's a marker of the international border right there.
Correct.
So see that marker up there on the hill? That's a steel marker. That is the international border. Can you stop for a second? Yeah, right there. You see that? That's the international border right there. That's the marker for the international border. And on the other side of that, to the right, is Mexico. On this side is the United States. But there's no wall here, no fence or anything. So we've been on the border now for off and on for the last couple of months. I've been on the border through California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Just yesterday, we were in New Mexico. I was with retired Colonel John Siemens, and I went to New Mexico and met with border ranchers and toured the border there. And, it's going to take the U.S. military to seal this.
Okay.
It's going to take the U.S. military to seal the border. There's just not enough Border Patrol. Every Border Patrol agent we talk to tells us the same exact thing. They're overwhelmed. Even if you did not have the asylum problem, you would have the ongoing problem they've had for decades of simply being undermanned. Not enough men to aggressively patrol the actual border. And frankly, what you need is infantry. And we'll show you some pictures later. I'll post up a thread about it on our Facebook page and with photos and our website. You need guys that are infantry trained to go up there and occupy the LPOPs that the cartels use. It's an infantry mission, guys. You got to be up there, and you got to be willing to stay up there for days. And it's boring as hell. It's just how it goes. But guys that are in the military, that's what they're trained to do, and that's what they should be doing. They did have a joint task force that did that back in 93 to 96, off and on, U.S. Marine Corps and also 82nd Airborne. And they were able to seal their sector of the New Mexico border because they did that. They did aggressive LPOPs up on the hilltops and aggressive patrolling. And the cartels had no idea where they were or when they would be patrolling. And they kept them guessing, and they were able to nullify and lock up the border, nullify the cartel's access, and lock the border up. So I'm going to avoid filming the vehicles of the volunteers out here in case they don't want the license plates ID'd. So there's a train that's inside the United States. So Anthony, can you kind of give us a rundown what you're talking about a little while ago about what you saw here?
Absolutely.
On the tracks?
So these trains are, the illegals use these trains to their advantage. These trains in particular are used as a ride for the illegals. They more or less know the times and they know how to get on these fairly quick. And unfortunately, these trains happen to stop here constantly, giving them the opportunity to then jump on. So I will explain it to you guys. See this train right here that you guys seeing across right now? There's been times that we've been out here, and just as you see it right now, that train stops. Now, that train being stopped there impedes Border Patrol agents from the other side to view the individuals that are coming in from this side. So it impedes the Border Patrol that's over here from seeing what's coming in through this side. Now, this train sometimes will stop completely right there where it's at, completely full, just like this. And then you have another train that starts passing by here at about 65 miles an hour. Now Border Patrol really can't see what is going on this side or who's coming in. And the thing about it is that when people run into this area, it's really easy for them to go through these water drainage tunnels. They're not cartel tunnels, guys. They're not cartel tunnels. They are water drainage system tunnels. So individuals come in with a train coming through here 65 miles an hour and the other train stagnant. Individuals come in where there is no wall, go under those drainage tunnels, and then they're underneath down here at this ditch. Once they're in this ditch, they have the option of going in through another tunnel to go under this train and into America, or they can not go in the tunnel, go up the little mountain and jump on the train, and then the train gives them a bus ride basically to wherever it is that they want to go to.
And they go from there to where? Where's the nearest place they would jump off?
I've investigated it, and I know firsthand that some individuals, after they make their way on the train, they get dropped off or they jump off in the downtown area in El Paso.
Okay. So straight ahead, just to orientate the viewers, straight ahead right there is Juarez, Mexico.
Yes, that's Tanapra, Mexico. That is the slums. It is the most poorest area in Juarez, one of the most dangerous as well, yes.
What's the name of the neighborhood?
Anapra.
Anapa, okay. So that's Mexico, and then right this way, you'll see the wall going up the hill.
Correct.
That's the barrier, the only barrier that's going to be here. So it ends right down, we just drove up, ends right down there.
Right.
The curve of the track is where it ends.
Right.
So when this view is blocked of the train, when the train's blocking the view, Border Patrol, anyone can come across at that opening where the line is. Like you said, come through the drainage ditches and go right into the United States. That makes sense. or jump on the train on this side
Yeah.
where they can't see him and get a ride to downtown.
Correct.
So does Border Patrol sit here and watch this?
No,
They
Border
don't.
Patrol usually does not sit up here. Border Patrol is usually on the other side of these tracks. I was surprised that when we drove up here, the Border Patrol agent was actually sitting down there. Could be because he knows that most of the action happens when the train is passing through. So
But they don't sit back here to watch for the obvious problem of someone being able to come across
No.
and jump on. Like right now, the train's going so slow.
somebody
You
could
jump
just
on
jump
that
on.
easily
Yeah,
and just take a ride
Yeah.
all the way around to downtown.
absolutely.
Now downtown, is Border Patrol downtown watching the train?
From my understanding, no, they're not. No. They're overwhelmed. We're actually short-handed with agents out here in the field because we've had to open shelters within the Border Patrol holding facilities. We have a huge tent housing illegals under our bridge, the port of entry, the Santa Fe port of entry here in El Paso. We have a huge tent holding these illegals, and we have a huge tent holding a bunch of illegals at the Border Patrol station off of I-54.
These are all people that are applying for asylum.
Yes, and our Border Patrol agents are being spread thin because they have to have Border Patrol agents over there babysitting these individuals, while at the same time taking from our resources out here and using them out there at the facilities that are housing these individuals.
Right. So while they're, for example, if they get a big influx of asylum seekers, people claiming to be asylum seekers, at that time, that's when the cartels will move their drugs in, or whatever else they do.
Right. From my understanding right now, we are over at least 400 people over capacity at the holding facilities for Customs and Border Patrol.
Right.
At least over 400, at least.
Now, if a guy has like an MS-13 or convicted, someone with a criminal record that's in the system, they're able to ferret them out.
Yes, they get weeded out, which is why I'm grateful for these Minutemen. There's actually a militia that we're not showing you guys on camera right now for their own safety, so that the license plates and the camp doesn't come out. But I'm really grateful for these individuals because they're, at the end of the day, look at how they're living. They're not. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. These guys are out here risking their necks. They left their family behind for one sole purpose, to protect the sovereignty of this nation. So not everybody gets along, I get that, but I respect the fact that these individuals are out here busting their chops for individuals like you and I, or you guys watching at home right now.
Yeah. And it's the same mission we've been doing in equal capacity. You know, the problem is that much like the Border Patrol, even as volunteer spotters, it's the same problem. You know, we see a person coming across here claiming asylum, it distracts us too. We have to stop and call Border Patrol, and the Border Patrol, all our eyes are on that. And while you're doing that, then the bad guys, the real bad guys, come across. And they can come across with friggin' ISIS could be infiltrating. You could bring a battalion of ISIS through here if you do it right.
Absolutely.
It'd be easy to do. With all of their crap, all their RPGs and everything else, they'd be able to waltz right through while Border Patrol is distracted.
I mean, just look at the terrain. These people were bred in these environments, and they thrive in environments like these. So
right. I know one guy I was talking to described there was one Afghan who had marched, he had walked 100 miles with a bottle of water. He had gone 100 miles over mountainous terrain in Arizona before he was finally caught by the Border Patrol.
they're used to it.
So they're used to it, sure.
All right, guys. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna see if we can take you guys down to these tunnels one more time, so you guys get a better look. I really want the guys from Oath Keepers to see what is happening and how it's being orchestrated down here in El Paso. So I will be live streaming again here in the next maybe 20-30 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you guys. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye.